Okay, Ring Culture, welcome back to Ring Culture, where we play no games, we just spit game about the game we love. Before we get into this video, though, go over to my reaction page and check out my sports reactions. Y'all will love it over there. But back over here, Ring Culture, make sure y'all like and comment down below. That's how y'all push me into the algorithm. And then I'll go get them. When my content hit them and fit them and sit with them. Subscribe and hit the bell notification so y'all can be notified for every time I upload. Share my videos and make sure y'all hype my channel. So, reports have been swirling that nobody really wants Ja Morant. And this is something that I saw coming. I did a video about Ja Morant like maybe a month or two back. Y'all should go check it out. And I pointed this out that Ja Morant is going to, at some point, his attitude is going to outweigh his athleticism. His attitude is going to outweigh his game. And his attitude is so bad that it's outweighing his athletic game, because Ja Morant is a freak athlete. I remember telling somebody that Ja Morant reminds me of a miniature Michael Jordan, the way he attacks the rim. Don't kill me. He ain't nowhere near Jordan, but I'm just talking about the athleticism in which he attacks the rim. Kind of brings me back to Mike when he was young, a smaller version. So all that freaky athleticism is going to be outweighed by his attitude. But ESPN did a segment about this. I want y'all to listen to, and then I'll come back and tell y'all what I think. So check this out.
If we can honestly speak, Ja Morant trade value and everything that's happened after his off-court incidents. So after the suspension, now you're not working out with the team. Now you're prone to injuries. All of that comes from the stem of what happened off the court. And that is also the reason why, with his talent, people are apprehensive to say, well, we should make this move with him having max dollars. His talent is undeniable. LeBron James wasn't the greatest three-point shooter. He got downhill and he's able to dunk on people, and Ja Morant is the mini version of that. It does not matter. People are worried if they also trade for him, his sustainability off the court as well as on the court. So now he has two-edged sword that people are worried about, Perk. It's not just one edge. It's both edges of the sword that they're worried about.
I usually joke when I say this little saying, one foot in the grave, the other on the banana peel, but I'm dead serious when I say this. That's the situation when it comes down to Ja. He has one foot on the grave, the other on the banana peel when it comes down to his career. Ja Morant better wake the hell up, because in 2 years after this contract, he could find himself out the league. It is disturbing to hear that a guy that won, we're talking about former Rookie of the Year, All-NBA player, All-Stars, a guy that was on the verge of being the face of the league, and a team can't trade you. They can't trade you. Nobody wants you. And they're telling teams that, hey, if we get you, y'all gotta put something in there in the first round. It should be the other way around. And if this not a wake-up call for Ja, I don't know what else is going to open his eyes, right? Because you think that your value is high. You think, hey, if Memphis, you're not the place, I'm Ja Morant. Nah, that's not the case no more. And that's when you look at the bigger picture. Forget the fact that they can't trade him. That's one side of it. But we're talking about a guy that's a supermax player that's on the verge of no team wanting him and possibly could be out the league in the next 2 years?
So he missed 37% of his games in the last 3 seasons, Shanae.
Yeah, and I love that you're going there, because in my heart and my soul, I feel like this is a make or break moment for him no matter what happens, because we know what's happening with the Memphis Grizzlies. They're in a rebuild, and wherever he ends up, when that destination is set, that's the opportunity that he has to seize. And you mentioned it. His talent is absolutely undeniable.
Yeah, every word. Every word. I tell people, when people acting crazy, I tell them one day you're going to get what you're working for. Ja Morant is working so hard to be blackballed from the league, and one day he's going to get it. He's going to get it. Listen, if the money that they owe him over the last 2 seasons would not be a problem if Ja Morant wasn't such a head case. It wouldn't be a problem. A team would pay high dollar for a player of his caliber, but it's so much stuff to come along with it. Again, I pointed this out in my last video. This is the problem with Ja Morant. Ja Morant, the money is the icing on the cake that forces GMs to think twice. Here's the other problem with Ja Morant. Ja Morant is trying to be a gangster. So he has all these off-court incidents. You know what I'm saying? Even the one incident, I think, against Indiana when his friends was pointing the lasers at the Indiana players. You know what I'm saying? So Ja Morant wants to be a gangster. That's one of the big problems. He keeps getting in trouble for this. He's often hurt. Now remember, over top of everything I'm saying is the money that he's going to be owed in the last 2 seasons. And then you couple the worst thing on top of it. Now, you openly can't get along with your coach. You're defying him. You're making all these statements in the public. You are on the court not playing hard because you're mad at your coach. You know what I'm saying? So Ja Morant is one day going to get what he's working for. And he's working to get blackballed. Now, don't get me wrong. Somebody's going to trade with Ja Morant. They are. I mean, the Cavs traded for Harden. And Harden, not a problem off the court, but he's a choker. Somebody's going to give Ja Morant a chance. There's going to be a GM somewhere that says to himself, if we don't win the championship, at least this guy, freaky athleticism, will pit butts in the seats. And they'll take a chance and see and hope that he's able to play most of the season and without being injured or incident. It's going to happen because he's an extreme talent. His talent is what's going to carry him over. But I don't believe he has many more chances. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 1 or 2 more chances. And then the league will be like, you know, there are other young athletic players in the league. There's always a pipeline of athletic players coming out of the draft. We can move on from him. The Grizzlies already showed that they gave up on the nucleus of that Grizzly team. They got Dylan Brooks out of here. They got Bane out of here. And then they just traded, I forgot the center name. But they just traded him. So, and Ja Morant is the last domino to fall. They're going to get him out of there. The Grizzlies are in a rebuild. And the rebuild is not going to include Ja Morant. He's gone because of his attitude. And he doesn't seem to learn. Kendrick Perkins says that if this doesn't wake him up, I don't know what will. I don't know if y'all remember players back in the day with these kind of attitudes. Gilbert Arenas had an attitude, bring the gun on the plane. He got blackballed. J.R. Ryder, remember J.R. Ryder? He got blackballed and he wanted to get back into the league. And those 2 players that I named were insanely great players. Insanely great. Gilbert Arenas was so insane. They used to call him the hibachi. But if you even take it over to football, Terrell Owens. Terrell Owens now tries to talk to young wide receivers and not make the mistakes with that ego that he made, which I think is admirable. But I hope the young bull get it together at some point and focuses on his career and not the off-season stuff. I don't know if he will or won't, but that's up to him. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think a team will trade for Morant? And should they? And always remember, we are ring culture because the whole point of the culture is to win rings. For the culture, I love y'all. Peace.